Hey guys, it's your boy, Black Sages 2 here, and on today's episode of Who Do We Pick? Brawl Ball Edition. Our first map we're going to get into is Field Goal. I would say the best picks mid would be your Eve. Her range is just outrageous. Her damage is outrageous. She charges super too fast. Her gadget, you can just get away from a lot of things with the jump, and you can tank a hit because it leaves that little minion. Your next pick, go Bell with Nest Egg and positive feedback. That way, bouncing shots off people, you can target people, and then with the Nest Egg gadget, leave that trap on the floor and slow. Another very good mid here is Piper with the aimbot gadget and snappy sniping. That way, whenever you hit a shot, get back partial of your ammo, and the aimbot is just so easy. If you do tap that person that you're playing mid, pop the aimbot and finish the kill off. Another great mid is also B with the insta reload star power and honey molasses gadget. That way, if you do hit your first shot, you miss your second shot, you still got the third shot that's charged up. And then honey molasses to be able to block a Piper shot or even a Bell shot. You can tank a little bit with your gadget, also slow people if they try to come up around you, or if you're trying to get positioning, you throw it behind the wall and you're just good to go. The side lanes. Mortis is a very good side laner. I would recommend going VP Harvest and Survival Shovel. VP Harvest, every time you get a kill, you get back some of your HP, so you're tankier. They have to waste more ammo on you. And Survival Shovel, so you could just keep dashing faster because your attacks come back quicker. Another really good side laner is Fang. The star power, I would say, is really up to you. It varies. You could go the team wipe every time you get a kill, or kill like an Eve super or anything, it resets your super, and you could be the playmaker. Or you could go a little bit safer route. I really need to win my lane. I'm reducing damage because I got that shield on me. Every 3-4 seconds, that shield's coming back, reducing damage that I take. And then definitely go roundhouse kick. The stun is just too good. The fact that you could super, auto, stun, auto, and kill almost every brawler in the game is a little too broken. Next, we have Stu in the side lane. Once again, a star power does vary. I would suggest if you don't have a wall break, you could go the breakthrough gadget. But if you do have wall break, I would recommend the speed zone gadget. And then you just step back a little from your spawn, pop the speed zone gadget. That way your mid gets it. They're a lot harder to hit. And you and your other opposite laner get a little speed to get to their box a little bit fast. The Gasso heal is also not a bad star power to take. Personally, I would recommend Gasso heal. Like I said, that way you're healing 500, and as long as you're not lazy with the shots, you can do the Stu Shuffle, making the enemy miss their shots. Another really good side laner, really good. In my opinion, I really like this pick, is Tara. She is a tank destroyer. Her super can absolutely change the game if you get a 2-man or even somehow a 3-man pool with the healing shade star power, and then the gadget support from beyond, so you can tank some shots, use your super, pop the gadget, use all of your autos, and you're really going to shred anyone that gets trapped in there. The next one we're going to be talking about is Sandy. Peak shotting. Her super is very versatile. You and your team are invis, plus I would go healing wind star power for 300 HP gained, and then I would definitely go Sweet Dreams to put someone to sleep. You can pop goals there, secure kills. You can even do the Sandy Shuffle, pop your gadget, grab the ball, shoot the ball into the net, and then auto attack to put the enemy to sleep for the guaranteed goal. Last but definitely not least, Spike. Spike is pretty decent here. I definitely wouldn't say he's high up, but he does a lot of damage. Would go curveball and maybe the life plant gadget. That way it tanks some shots. But that's going to wrap up Field Goal. The next map we're going to be talking about is very interesting. Horse. Because as you can see, there's really not middle and lanes. But if you were to middle, Dinah's a pretty good pick. Demo and satchel charge. That way you're doing extra damage with your super, because there's not a lot of playroom with stuff that you can jump over. And then satchel charge for the stun to secure the kills. You get the easy cheese kill. Next, once again, you can do Mortis. Like I said, there's really no mid side here. Mortis is decent. There are a lot of tanks out there. Once again, I would go Creepy Harvest, Survival Shovel. And if you are experiencing a lot of tanks, Jackie with Counter Strike, and she only has one gadget, her speed up gadget, but Jackie with Counter Strike's a really good pick here. I believe she could do a lot of work against tanks, and she's just a solid pick. But if you really want that tank destroyer, Griff. He only has one gadget, but I would also run Keep the Change. That way it unloads the payload 35% faster. Your shots get out there. He recently got a buff. I think Griff is very underrated. He is a huge tank killer. His super, you could basically chain supers if you get a 3-man. Griff is just a bar none really good pick here. If you don't like those brawlers though, you could go Crow. I would use extra toxic. Being able to keep the enemy low because of that poison tick, the slow gadget, prevent them from scoring or catching up to your teammates, his range, it really is a very good support-esque brawler here. His super, wherever you can just jump past the enemies and get that cheeky little goal, always really good. You got Gale for another tank buster. Gale's star power on him, I would run Blustery Blow. That's the one where you stun for 1.5 seconds. You could go the slow. There is a decent amount of walls in the area that you really need Gale at to be able to stun someone, but the slow is also not bad if you're running up against a lot of tanks. And then definitely run the Twister gadget. Speaking of tanks, you could go Frank. I would recommend Sponge for the star power and irresistible attraction. That way you get that increased damage. You pull someone, you could cancel attacks, cancel supers potentially. And Frank is just very tanky, and his super where you can just blow up the walls, get stunned. A very good, very good pick here. Last but definitely not least, Tara. Healing Shade once again and support from Beyond. Tara is a tank killer. Once again, her super can just absolutely change the course of the game. See what I did there? Course, change course. That wraps it up for course. Our next map we're going to be getting into is Beach Ball. So Beach Ball does have a set lanes and a middle, kind of. The mid, I would use Jesse! Energize and Spark Plug. The fact that people do like to hide in that mid grass can hit that shot and possibly hit someone else, revealing their position and damaging them. Spark Plug, I would go for slow for control. Then you can shoot your turret afterwards for energize, healing your turret, and potentially hitting the opponent. B, Honey Molasses, and instant reload again. B is a decent mid here. The Honey Molasses really does help. Hide it behind your wall, and you are able to not let the opponent advance on you too much. You're going to have to somehow take that out, or they're just going to be slowed, and then just going to be free shots for you. Dinah's also a very good mid here. Once again, Demo Satchel Charge, and safely throw dynamite sticks into their grass from your grass and have a pretty good chance of finding them and just getting free supercharge. We also could go Fang on the side lanes. Once again, star power varies. If you want to be Killer 17 and you want just to absolutely carry the game, or if you want to play a little bit safer, have a better chance of winning your lane, you go the shield star power. And once again, roundhouse kick stun is just too good not to use. You could also go Crow. Once again, his range, his poison, it's very annoying to play against. No one really likes to play against a Crow because they know, hey man, I'm not going to be able to heal too often. It was a very good pick. Eve, absolutely one of the most busted brawlers in the game right now. Her range, her gadget to be able to get away, faster charge her super is a pretty good pick here. You can safely stay at distance and do a lot of damage. Once again, Stu, Gasso heal, speed zone, be able to heal. You manipulate your positioning very easily. Shoot, super, speed zone to be able to give your mid lane and the side laner a little bit more heat. Tara, you're starting to see a theme in a lot of Brawl Ball maps. There's a lot of meta picks here. You got Tara, Healing Shade support from Beyond, being able to manipulate people from, hey, I can't find them in their grass, pop the gadget narcs on them. Her super, Healing Shade being able to keep you alive a little bit longer. And then we got Griff. So you're tired of them hiding in their grass, go up right to them, drop the gadget, walk away, blows it up, and then it opens their wall completely and you're able to just shoot in there. Buzz is also a pretty decent pick here. There's a lot of walls where Buzz can hide behind and charge his super safely. I would use the Tougher Torpedo. That's the one where it increases super charge range. That way you can charge your super. Then reserve Fooey to be able to re-get your super instantly. It's not going to stun, but you could do a lot of things with that. Attach to people, throw the ball, pop the gadget, yourself in a different position. That's going to wrap it up for Beach Ball. Our final map we're going to be talking about on this series is Penalty Kick. These maps that I've chosen really didn't have a mid lane except for Field Goal, but Penalty Kick, once again, is in the theme. It doesn't really have a mid lane. This funnels everybody. So with all the walls, Rico's actually a pretty good pick here. You do super bouncy and bouncy castle. You got a lot of walls, a lot of angles, and then once again, since there is a lot of walls, if you're running low, pop the bouncy castle gadget, heal yourself back up to full, and then the opponent's probably going to be out of ammo, and it's just free pickings for you. Dinah's pretty good here as well. You stay behind your wall that you spawn behind, and then you let them come to you, and then you just throw dynamite sticks at them until you hit them, you stun them, you do your demolition charge super. Bar none, a very good thrower to play here. You got Mortis, Creepy Harvest survival shovel if you are playing against that Dinah, and there are some relatively squishier brawlers you picked here, but Mortis isn't too bad into any of them. We got Buzz again. Buzz isn't really meta in a lot of Brawl Ball, but he's good in the Brawl Ball maps he's meta in. He's very good in the meta maps. Tougher torpedo reserve buoy. There's a lot of walls you could hide behind to charge super. He's a tank killer. He's a thrower killer. He just does everything. 2 more brawlers here. I would say Sandy is pretty decent here. You do a lot of peek shots with Sandy. Once again, the super just comes in so clutch here because it could take up almost the entire middle. And that's where all the fighting really happens, is this mid. So if you keep the enemies guessing on where the heck you and your teammates are, that's always a bonus. And run Sweet Dream Gadget. Sandy is good here. Last but definitely not least is BB. I personally like the shield over speed, just because you could tank a little bit more, but speed's alright. But I would prefer shield, and then definitely vitamin booster because the second gadget's a little bit troll. Vitamin booster being able to keep you alive, healing up, and having that shield, so then you could just almost walk the ball in against a lot of 1v1. That's gonna wrap up today's episode of Who Do I Pick? Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Should I do a Brawl Ball Part 2, Heist Part 2, Gym Grab, Knockout? Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and definitely check out the editor that made this video way better than it should have been, Young Stu. Thank you guys, bye.